Hello everyone, Journeyman here and welcome back to Save Our Saints. Before we get today's episode started, I want you to do me a favor. Please put in the comments below if you'd like to see me continue with this FM19 beta save through into the full game release. Obviously, when the full game release happens, we will start our main long-term save, which will be a Journeyman save, and we're going to be doing throughout Europe. It should be a pretty interesting tale, and I want to find out if you would like to see this save continue alongside that, or maybe as a standalone series. We can finish at the beta. I just want your feedback on this save itself. Obviously, my long-term ambition of this save was to get Southampton at least back to where they were, which is a solid top 8 team with Europe on the table, and I felt like I would have at least turned this club around, going back into the direction that they need to. That was my goal for this save, and I've almost achieved it. I am 8th in the table, and I just want to find out if you'd like to see the continuation of this save once the game is released. But enough rambling, let's get this episode started. Hey everyone, and once again, welcome back to Save Our Saints. Now today is of course episode number 10. We're on our second season in charge of Southampton Football Club. So today's episode, we're going to take on Brighton and Watford, but let's review the month that we have just had. So after a what you consider a pretty poor start to the campaign, losing 3 out of our first 4 games, we are now perfect in the whole month of September. We beat Burnley first and foremost 3-1. Goals from Gustavo, Justin Kluivert and Wesley Hoyt giving us victory over Burnley, who were honestly, they're pretty poor. Oh, by the way, Burnley have of course Pierre Højbjerg and Jack Cork, former Saints players, as you can see in there. After that, we went on to beat Bournemouth, our local rivals here, 2-0 away from Hull. Goals from Danny Ings and Jack Grealish giving us a victory here, and what was actually a pretty comfortable game. Match stats were certainly in our favour on that one. Then we took on Blackpool in the Carabao third round cup. I rotated the squad out once again to give youth players a bit of a go, and Thomas Harlan, he's been fantastic. Every time he's given an opportunity, he's been very, very good. I'm very excited about this young regen, this young wonder kid. Right now he's only got described as a midfielder, but I think eventually that will turn into wonder kid. He's just a superb talent, and I'm looking forward to continue his growth this season. Goal for El Yunusi as well, a pretty rare goal at that. In fact, let's show you that goal right now. As I remember correctly, it was actually a pretty decent goal. Oh, it's Harlan now. He finds El Yunusi, beats one man, and finds that bottom corner of the net. Good finish there from Mo El Yunusi, who I still have a lot of promise for. I still think he could be a good player for us going forward, at least a good squad rotation option. May not be the star that I thought he might be, but he still should be a pretty decent player. Now, in the most recent results, we beat Stoke City, who are the newcomers to the Premier League after they got promoted. We beat them 1-0. It was from an own goal, but we dominated large portions of this game. The only disappointing thing that happened was the fact that we didn't convert more of our chances. So, going into today's match, we do take on Brighton and Watford. Let's take a look at the league table. Now, Brighton are currently sat 16th in the table, while Watford are currently, where are they at? Where are Watford? 6th in the table. So Watford had a really good start so far to the season, and obviously Brighton are struggling. I'm hoping to get a victory in both of these games today. And as you can see, after those results, we sit in 8th. So all in all, very positive sign, and I'm hoping we'll continue that today. Alright, so going into today's game, this is how we are going to line up. Now, we do have a few fitness concerns, injuries. Gustavo is unfortunately out injured, as is Wilfred Ndidi returning from injury. Wesley Hoyt, he's out as well as Jan Valery, although Jan probably wouldn't have got a game anyway. So today's lineup, we're going to roll with this for now. Angus Gunn's going to be in goal, Toljan and Bertrand the wing backs, Harry Maguire at centre half, with Felix Iboa, so good they named him twice, playing alongside him, he's done very well so far, honestly. Average rating of 7.4 thus far. Great start to the season for Felix. Adapted to Premier League football obviously better than I actually would have thought he would have, but so far so good. Then we have Matteo Guendouzi. Obviously he has had a great start to the campaign too, averaging 7.63. I have been actually very amazed how good this kid actually is. He's going to be a special talent, no doubt about it. He's partnered by Aurelio Romeo, who's come back into the side due to a few injuries. Then we have in the attacking quattro, El Yunusi on the right wing, Grealish Grealish is going to play centre and through Gustavo's absence. And Justin Kluivert will start off on the left as an inside forward. Danny Ings continues to lead the line despite poor form, but honestly, all our strikers have been in poor form, so I'm just hoping Danny Ings will find the back of the net today and maybe kickstart his season. He's only got himself a couple of goals, and I'm starting to think about the future here, and I think Danny Ings really isn't the answer for Southampton Football Club if we want to be successful long term. So we'll have to see. Hopefully he'll prove me wrong today. So without further ado, let's get this game going up against Brighton and Hove Albion away at the Amex Stadium. Alright, as you can see, we all wearing our yellow and blue kits today up against Brighton in their white and blue classic Brighton jerseys. So here we go. First highlight of the game straight away. I'm hoping we get an early goal here, then we can kind of sit back and play our game, which is largely very defensive and possession based. There's a great cross in, and that's Grealish at the back post. Jack Grealish makes it 1-0. That's his third goal of the season. Now he is now our top goal scorer on 3. The thing that we actually do, we haven't got a main goal scorer, but we do share the goals around, and that's Jack's third of the season. Good cross there from Jamie Toljan, by the way. Keeper perhaps should have came out and perhaps should have made that save, but Jack capitalised on the error and has made it 1-0. Alright, Jamie Toljan again throws his ball looking for Guendouzi, can't find him. Jamie looks to keep hold of the ball here, plays it back to Harry Maguire. There's Oriol Romeo. Back to Grealish, back to Romeo again. He's got Bertrand on the left outside, but Kluivert goes inside instead. There's Justin Kluivert to Guendouzi. To El Yunusi now. Patient build-up play. There's Guendouzi. Back to El Yunusi, who's made it 2-0. Gets in there. Mohamed El Yunusi gets his second of the campaign. And just a thing of absolute beauty from the Saints. This is exactly how I want us to play. I want a patient approach. I want to maintain possession. I want to wait for opportunities just like this one here, because, you know, we haven't got clinical strikers, so we have to create the best opportunities we possibly can. And Mohamed El Yunusi really capitalized on that chance, and we made it 2-0. So all in all, this has been a perfect start to the game. All right, here's Harry Maguire now to Justin Kluivert, who's looked lively thus far. Here's Danny Ings taking a shot on from distance. You could say that was a little bit ambitious. Here's Jack Grealish to Guendouzi, intercepted, but Harry Maguire, big unit back there. Not many players are going to beat Harry Maguire for strength. Danny Ings is dispossessed. So this is a long highlight. So we know what happens on long highlights, don't we? We know he follows by a goal, or at very, very minimum, a clear-cut chance. But here's Justin Kluivert now. Dart and run, and a solid shot. Good effort there. He's looked dangerous coming in off that left flank. Lately for me, he's been playing on the right-hand side of midfield, and his performances have kind of been up and down, usually because Grealish had to start on the left. So maybe in the future, maybe Justin Kluivert should play out left for a change. Anyway, transfer here for Brighton. Perhaps Davy Proper with the effort, and it goes harmlessly wide. Alright, here's Bertrand now. He's going to launch this ball in. Poor throw in the end from Ryan. Here's Ryan Bertrand. By the way, he was obviously team captain. Now Oriol Romeo is the vice captain. So here's Kluivert to Guendouzi. Back to Kluivert again. Guendouzi now at the edge of the area. Finds Bertrand with a great ball. Bertrand to Kluivert. Back to Guendouzi. Oh, off the post. Unlucky there for Matteo. Guendouzi. Again, he's been very, very good. Very, very... he's orchestrated the midfield, I guess you could say. Alongside Justin Kluivert today. Anyway, here's Guendouzi, back to Jack Grealish, back to El Yunusi. Stuff of absolute beauty here from the Saints. We've mastered the control possession tactic by the look of things. There's Guendouzi, and oh, that's another good effort there for the box-to-box midfielder. Here's Ryan Bertrand from a set piece, and it's always going wide of the post. Yet to score one from a set piece, Ryan Bertrand, but he's had a few pops at it. Alright, so halftime here and winning 2-0. So so far so good. Playing really good stuff. Had a few chances as well to extend the lead, but 2-0 is certainly a good result here away from home. And obviously keeping a clean sheet as well, keeping this clean sheet run going. It's been 3 games since we conceded a goal, and I'd love to extend that to 4. That really would give the backline a bit of confidence. Anyway, we'll make a change up top. Danny Ings really hasn't been at the races at all again today, so we'll bring on Sam Gallagher and we'll play him as his natural role of a target man. Chance now for Brighton. Ball goes in the box and it's in the back of the net. Andoni gets a goal. Florent Andoni gets his first of the season. I'm not sure who we're supposed to be picking him up in the box. We'll take another look at this here. So there's Eboa. Yeah, he ran off Eboa by the look of things. The run and the cross kind of eluded him, and it's ended up in the back of the net. Disappointing, really, from Felix Eboa. He looks solid up to this point, but obviously that was a bit of a critical mistake, and Brighton are right back in this game. Alright, we'll make another change here. We'll bring off Guendouzi and bring on Gambin instead. Physical presence in there. He's just gone back for an injury. As you can see, its match sharpness isn't quite there yet, so it's good to get him a few minutes on the field here at the end. Hopefully he doesn't get injured again, though. The injury bug is at its absolute tip-top form during the the beta run this year for Football Manager. A lot of injury problems, a lot of injury complaints from the community. Anyway. So time is just about to run out here for Brighton. We just got to see out this game now, and we'll come away with another victory. They'll make it 5 in a row for the Saints, and really put us in a decent spot going into the game up against Watford. But here's a chance maybe later on Harry Maguire as well to deal with that, and that should be enough time, referee. That's 30 seconds now past extra time. There it is. 2-1 win over the rivals, so good stuff all around. Goals from Jack Grealish and Mo El-Yunusi. Could have been a lot more comfortable. We dominated the first half. Second half, not quite sure what happened. I guess Brighton just went kind of gung-ho and fired shots from, I don't know, 30, 40 yards out. And lucky enough, none of them really tested Angus Gunn. Disappointing to concede, however. That was probably the only negative of the game. But all in all, good stuff from the lads. So now we have an international break to go through, and then we take on Watford. Just out of interest, I'm going to peek at the league table. We're now sitting in 7th place, so that's awesome. My goal in the season is to get back into Europe, which means we're going to finish in the top 7. And we're looking below us, and that is perhaps Man United that could displace us in there, but you could argue at the same time that we're a better team than Newcastle. All in all, it's been a very good start to the campaign, and sitting in 7th place, so let's hope it continues. Anyway, I'll see you guys just before the Watford game. Alright, so if you remember or not, we actually released quite a few scouts and coaches off in the off-season as I tried to rebrand my approach at Southampton Football Club. And Ricky Lambert, I found it was available as a free agent coach. He was an under-18 coach. He's not the greatest coach in the world, as you can see, but I just couldn't miss up the opportunity to bring back Sir Ricky Lambert to Southampton Football Club. If anything, it'll give me some brownie points with the fans, I'm sure. It'll give me some brownie points with some of the players in the first team. But whatever the case is, we brought back a Ricky Lambert to be an under-18 coach. Honestly, if he can maybe help fulfill one of the potential of some of the young strikers we have, then it'll all be worth it. Alright, so here we go. Up against Watford, who slipped to 9th place now in the table. We've got some good news. We had some players coming back in to the team today after injury. Primarily, Gustavo obviously is going to come in as that halter attacking playmaker. Despite the good performance from Jack Grealish moves back to his more familiar role on the left-hand side of midfield. Cliver moves back to the right. Gambin comes in today ahead of Romeo, who actually drops completely out of the team. A little bit, I mean, no, he's right there actually, sorry, my bad. He's actually on the bench today. I thought I dropped him out completely. But anyway, yeah, Romeo will be, actually no, I shouldn't keep him on the bench because he's not going to get a game over Ndidi. So yeah, we'll just put Gallagher in there, that's fine. Alright, so anyway, Romeo's been dropped. A little bit harsh, perhaps. Performances have been very, very solid, but unfortunately, Gambin's just been better, as has Ndidi. And I've got to play my strongest players, given the opportunity. So, this is the lineup we're going to go with. Gunn's going to be in goal, Bertrand, Toljan. At the fullback positions, Oboa, and of course Maguire. With Gambin, Guendouzi, Grealish, Gustavo, and Cliver. With Danny Ings leading the line. I'm desperate to see Danny find the back of the net and find some form here before I start thinking about spending some money on a new striker. Early chance here, perhaps. Jack Grealish is now cutting inside from the left, looking for Cliver, can't find him, and it's easily intercepted as Gambin absolutely destroys Troy Deeney from a tackle from behind. Alright, as you can see, it's a beautiful sunny day here on the south coast. Here's Jerry Toljan now, finds a Guendouzi. He's got a lot of praise from the press lately, actually. Here's Toljan though, puts it in. Great ball to Jack Grealish at the back post. Gets in there, Jack. 4th goal of the season. 2-2 for Jack Grealish in this episode. Good cross there from Jeremy Toljan. A second assist for him as well in as many games. So far, so good for the Saints here. 1-0 up against the mighty Watford. All right, so second highlight straight away. Guendouzi does well to read that throw-in, but he doesn't do well to beat his man. He gives the ball away cheaply. So perhaps a chance for Watford on the counter-attack here, but we press high up the field, and it seems to work well for us. As you can see how quickly we managed to win that ball back. Here's Maguire now. Finds Justin Kluivert. There's Guendouzi. What a football this is. This is absolutely stunning stuff. Toljan gets the bar line. Look for Ings. There's Grealish again. And he makes it 2. Second goal of the game for Jack Grealish. 5th goal of the season for the young Englishman. And he's starting to really fulfill his potential here at Southampton. You all know he had it in him. I mean, he's a quality young talent. Maybe he just needed the right environment. Maybe I'm that right person to give him the environment he needs to grow. But so far, so good. 2-0 up, 2 goals from Jack Grealish. Absolutely perfect. All right, so here's Kluivert now. Well, Kluivert is such a good winger, and he finds Danny Ings. What an assist from Justin Kluivert. That was all Kluivert, and Danny Ings gets himself on the score sheet here, makes it 3-0 within just 12 minutes of the game. Oh, this is absolutely fantastic stuff here from the Saints. I'm enjoying every single moment of this. This is perfection. This is exactly how I want us to play. We have 2 dynamic wingers in Kluivert and Jack Grealish, and we're utilising them. It's an absolute perfection. As you can see, Danny Ings as well onside there. And good for Danny too, get himself on the score sheet. That's his 3rd of the season now. Hopefully that'll kickstart his campaign and he'll go on to score more than last year. He got himself 11, to be fair to him, but I expect more from Danny. All right, here's a Boa finds Maguire. Tell you what, there's not going to be that many stronger partnerships in the Premier League than Iboa and Harry Maguire there as far as like physicality goes. But here's Toljan now. Here's a great chance. Jeremy Toljan. Oh, poor cross/shot there from Jeremy Toljan. He did so well up to that point as well. And I tell you what, he's causing Watford all kinds of problems going up that right side of midfield. Anyway, here's Gustavo. Through to Kluivert. Should have been 4-0. I'll tell you what, if we keep playing like this, maybe Champions League isn't beyond what we're capable of. But our biggest problem is always going to be complacency. All right, so it's halftime here, 3-0 up, and everything's going absolutely to plan. I mean, everyone's been absolutely amazing today. Superb stuff from the guys. 2 goals for Jack Grealish, 1 for Danny Ings. Really couldn't have asked for a better first half performance. All right, Jeremy Toljan now is going to launch a ball, and there's Guendouzi in the box. Takes a shot onto Gustavo. Gustavo taps it in. I thought that was a shot for Mateo, but I guess it was an assist. Lays it over, and we're 4-0 up. So there you go, 4-0 up. Good tackle there from Ryan Bertrand. Here's Danny Ings now. Obviously full of life, full of confidence after getting a goal today. Finds Justin Kluivert. Toljan's on the overlap. Poor cross though from Jeremy Toljan. And now maybe a chance for Watford. It's on the break. Troy Deeney's through, and that's a great block there from Iboa. Getting back, making the saving block, and that was probably goes down as a clear-cut chance for Watford as well. Ball's gone in, and Boa clears everything and the ball, and that really should be the end of the attack. Unless Danny Ings can carve out something, and he couldn't. So overall, 65 minutes in now. Let's make a change to the side. Let's rest some guys up. We actually have Newcastle in the next game, and then we play in Newcastle in the round of 16 in the Carabao Cup. Let's bring on Didi. He returned from injury now, just going to get him some condition back. As you can see, 99% sharpness though, so he's pretty sharp, just needs a little bit of game time. Let's also bring on Buffal. Why not? Make Buffal our human victory cigar. And we'll make a final change too. Let's bring on Sam Gallagher. I'm desperate for Sam to get himself a goal as well, if we possibly can. I'll give him no end of confidence boost, because I was hoping that Sam could be kind of like an X factor off the bench for us. I mean, it was a long shot, hoping that, but good save there from Angus Gunn. Beautiful save there from Angus. And the VAR confirms that it was actually a fantastic save, as you can see. But overall, I was hoping Sam would, I don't know, be kind of our second striking option, but no one has really stepped up thus far. Charlie Austin's been poor. Even Danny Ings has been kind of poor, to be honest with you, and Sam Gallagher hasn't done much either. So, anyway, to get him a goal would be great. All right, a chance maybe for Watford now to get a goal back. It's well worked in the box, but Angus Gunn looked like he had a cover that near post. So we're kind of falling asleep here, 4-0 up. And let's keep our foot on the pedal if possible. Let's get back into the plus goal difference category. That'd be nice, because obviously we started with a few bad defeats. playing catch up now. This is Buffal to Ndidi. It's actually strange to see Buffal back in a Saints shirt. I honestly thought I'd never ever use him, but he's actually played well, and that's a great strike from Wilfred Ndidi. Pick that one out, son. 5-0. Wilfred Ndidi gets his first goal for the club. I'm delighted to have Wilfred Ndidi on board. I think he's a great replacement for Mario Lemina. And you could even argue that it's even maybe slightly an upgrade going into the future there. But what a strike that was from Wilfred. Now, I think so far in FM19, this is by far probably our most complete performance of the save so far. I mean, from start to finish, we absolutely dominated. We were aggressive going forward. We carved out clear-cut chances. We finished it when we got those opportunities, and we were solid at the back. This has to be, I don't know, I guess our favorite, I mean, my favorite victory thus far, certainly, but probably the best display we've ever had. But overall, I'm glad to see our run continue here. I'm interested to take a look at the league table and see what's ahead of us, though. I'd like to see how, I don't know, how many games it can maybe go on for. Alright, so let's take a quick look at that schedule. As you can see, things are really looking up for us right now. We've only conceded 2 goals now in what is a month and a half, which is incredible, and also scoring for fun as well through a counter-attacking system. Seems to be working an absolute treat. But let's take a quick look at the schedule ahead so we can plan for the next episode. So obviously, as I mentioned, we have Newcastle in the next 2 games. So yeah, things are going perfect for us. The next episode, what we'll do now is we'll probably skip now to the end, perhaps of November here. Just before the start of the Christmas run. And so we'll take on Fulham and Aston Villa in the Premier League. Obviously Aston Villa, the new boys, after getting promoted, and then Fulham, they're playing 18th in the table, so that's actually could be an easy game to win. As you can see, though, our run of form could keep going here. Newcastle's next up. They're 8th in the table. We're currently sat in 5th. Then we take on Everton, who are 12th, Palace 11th, Fulham 18th, and Villa 13th. West Ham, so this run could go on for a little bit longer, and we could really establish ourselves in the top half of the table. But so far, so good. Excellent news for the Saints. But remember what I asked you at the beginning of this episode. If you are enjoying this series and you want to see me continue this once FM19 officially rolls out with a full release, please let me know in the comments below. It would truly mean a lot to me. And what also would mean a lot to me? Hit the like button. And obviously, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, now's a great time to subscribe to the channel. It'll be daily Football Manager 2019 content. There'll be a lot of variation content this year. I'm looking to do maybe some tutorials. I'm looking forward to maybe doing some experiments. I'm basically looking to basically expand what I can offer on this channel. Right now, it seems to be saves only. I don't have really time for much else. But going forward, I'm going to prioritize and make time for a variety of hopefully fun, entertaining content for you guys to enjoy. And if you enjoy that stuff, subscribe. You'll see lots of it coming. But thanks so much for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, I appreciate that. And I'll see you all in the next part. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.